Live. This drowsy, overcast Thursday, I get out of my police cruiser, stare up at the edifice of St. Michael's.
The windows with bright fluorescent lights peeking through. Although the night has fallen, the hospital is still busy. At the front, an officer in full gear sees you. Ramirez, what are you doing here?
I briefly look back at my cruiser before visiting.
You hear about that Venti kid?
Yeah.
Thank goodness. I was worried I'd be stuck watching him all night. You want to take over? It's yours. I don't care.
What do you mean you're watching him?
Well, he's a convicted convict. We can't just let him in the hospital without a little oversight, right?
What are you... Yeah. Get out of here.
Yeah, whatever. He walks off back to his car.
I stand at the front of the hospital and take out my phone, pull up my texts, or bring it up to the notification I got from one of the secretaries about the Venti kit and the accident.
The report is quite vague. Something about blunt trauma to the head. They rushed him to the nearest emergency hospital in the middle of the night.
Put my phone away, sneering.
The warden has a note. Must have slipped.
I look back around for the cop that I just dismissed.
Sitting at his car with a cigarette in his mouth, staring down at his phone.
Shake a bit and enter the hospital. Moving over to the front desk. Walking past a few people in line. I flash my badge.
Oh, hello, sir. Can I help you? The receptionist looks up desk.
Detective Joshua Ramirez. I'm here to see Jace Venti.
Ah, yes. I see. She looks down at her computer. He's in the east wing, I believe. If you follow the light green line, it'll take you there. And Dr. Stanton can help you.
Any report on the kid?
He is being set up for surgery. A major trauma to his brain, unfortunately.
Okay. That's good on you for doing that. Begin to dismiss. walk towards the green line, following it.
A set of lines in the floor leading to different parts of the hospital. Down the hall, the green line separates from the rest and goes to a door at the end of the hallway.
I nod, walk towards the door, checking for a lock.
The door swings right open.
Take another deep breath before opening it in full and letting it slowly open. Peering in.
Doctors and nurses flitter back and forth. The emergency rooms with a few patients, one screaming as a doctor works his broken leg.
What the fuck happened to you? I make my way in, nervously looking around at the nurses.
Immediately, a doctor approaches you in surgical scrubs. He gives you a wide grin and says, you're Joshua Ramirez, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Dr. Staton. I'm the surgeon in charge of Jace Venti's case.
Yeah. My name loud and clear on that file.
Yes. Very interesting read. I understand you're here for our security, but considering the patient's current state, I don't know how necessary that is.
Yeah, I don't imagine. I agree with you. I don't think it's going to be an issue. It's a bit sentimental. I've lost a child myself, and it's just he's young. He's really young.
So odd that someone so young could do such terrible things, don't you think, Ramirez?
Maybe he got into a bad fight, hurt someone really bad, but the other guy lived, right?
And what of all the murders they've got him for? They call him quite the serial killer.
Unproven. I grit saying it. Right? I don't know how much info you guys have on him, but
still, it seems quite clear. He throws his hand. But we are readying him for surgery. If you would come to the theater, you can watch if you like.
I would.
And he'll rushes, speed walks down the hallway, dodging a nurse as she moves past him.
I jog after him.
Into one of the doors.
Huffing a bit. In the theater, I look out towards the would-be operating room, soon-to-be operating room of Jace.
He's already been prepared onto the table. Technician fitting a mask to his face.
I look at the machines that he's been hooked up into.
They beep steadily, showing numbers and signals, and the mask goes from two large tanks at the side of the technician as he starts turning the valve.
I crick my head, observing.
Dr. Stetton enters, and as they prepare Venti and begin the operation, cutting into him, into his head.
My phone vibrates a few times throughout, silencing it each time.
Emergency lights start to flicker on the operating equipment as a loud beeping sound begins, and Dr. Stetton begins to move quickly. The lights above you start to flicker. As they bring out a defibrillator and charge his chest a couple of times until Dr. Stetton shakes his head. And starts to leave the room.
Hurriedly, I rush out of the observation room to cut off the doctor.
So Ramirez, unfortunately, it did not go well.
I mean, yeah, I'm a doctor myself, but I mean, what did you intend to do with any of his head trauma? What was any of that?
Well, there was significant swelling in his brain. We needed to relieve it, or else he would not have survived the night, but the blood loss was too much.
And you were fine? Like, what were the percentages of this? Or was this he's a criminal, 10%, 10% kind of thing?
We did everything we could to ensure that he would live. I assure you, this is what I would have recommended for any patients in a similar position. I will say there were risks involved with the surgery, as there always are. But quite frankly, Officer Ramirez, he was a lost cause.
In what way?
The severe amount of cranial trauma he received was immense. Quite frankly, it's a miracle he was still breathing when he was brought in.
When's he going to be brought to the morgue?
We're going to clean him up first and prepare him for the morgue, but it should not be too long.
Okay. The jury's still out on what exactly caused the trauma, so I'd like to stay a bit, take a look at it, if that's not too unorthodox for you.
He shrugs, gives you a small smile. Absolutely, officer. As the lights above you start to flicker out again. We need to get someone to replace these bulbs.
Shake my head and begin to walk back towards the front desk. I find a small display map midway through the hall. Look for the morgue.
Down in the basement, down one of the elevator shafts, a parking garage for ambulances, and across from that, the morgue.
I walk towards the nearest elevator displayed on the map.
It lights up. The doors slide open.
Walk in.
The doors shut behind you, and the elevator awaits your command.
Picking the base, the parking garage.
Starts moving down, and then it stops. The light in the elevator above you goes red, and the door does not begin to open. As you hear pling, and you find yourself floating in the center of the elevator. As it appears to fall down.
I quickly try to grab onto the nearest bar railing.
Willpower.
I'm reaching out, but my phone keeps vibrating. Something pulling me towards it, but that is keeping me.
The elevator feels as though it picks up speed, falling further and further down until suddenly stopping. And the door opens into the morgue, and you find yourself standing in the center of the elevator. Two dissonants.
I grab at my face, checking to see that I didn't just crash and break something. I shaken. I pause for a moment in the elevator. Finally look at my phone.
Phone static on its screen. Completely unusable.
I nod, mutter to my phone. Good. I'm going to put it away. I exit into the parking garage.
Dead silence. Completely empty. No people in sight. A small flickering sign with the words morgue.
Walk towards it. Grabbing at the handle and pushing open the door.
The door swings open, revealing a small reception area with a clear glass door that goes back to where the drawers are. The reception area is empty, and the glass door is propped open.
I'm looking back at the door I just entered through and look around in here. I see sign says guest entrance. Hello?
Nothing but the whirring of a small camera in the corner as it turns.
Like pantomime out. You believe these people? Towards the camera.
And
And
stops as it's pointed at you.
and I'll flash my badge to the camera and make my way to the ajar door. Glass door.
Beyond the initial glass door is a sort of operating room like the one you had seen before, but instead of keeping someone alive, intended to pull apart their corpse. On the table is a sheet covering a body, and to the left, going into the storage area, another glass door, glass shattered across the floor, blood marring some of the pieces of sharp glass.
I immediately reach for my Colt and quickly, instinctively rush over to the body, checking the tag on the toe.
Jace Venti.
Frustrated, I grab the bulk of the tag and some of the toe and just kind of thrust my arm down in disbelief. What the fuck?
From underneath the sheet covering his body, the lips begin to move and a voice. Why didn't you save me? You know I didn't do it.
Shut the fuck up. You were on. You shanking somebody was on camera. There's no doubting that.
I was only trying to protect myself. I didn't want any of this. As the head underneath the sheet turns and looks at you.
Don't fucking look at me. I put my gun at him.
They did terrible things to me in there, you know.
I said, look away.
They hurt me. They murdered me because you didn't defend me when you knew I was innocent.
It's not that. It's not that. You don't know. I'm gonna say it again. Don't look at me. Please.
The hand comes and pulls the sheet down as Jace Venti's mangled face looks at you with piercing eyes as blood streams down from them. And he mouths the word, "Why?"
I quickly go over to the talking corpse. You're a fucking ghost. And I take an arm, one of my arms, and quickly kind of go behind the body, grabbing him from behind, pulling him up to my chest. His head turned away.
The back of his head is completely caved in. His brain matter leaking down his back.
And onto my jacket. I look. Now, please, kid, just go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. And I'm going to try to hold in, trying to strangle the corpse.
Choking through your strangle, he coughs out, "You already killed me once."
Just go to sleep.
And the body becomes still.
My finger, having been resting on the trigger, shaking. I let it relax. Thank you. Then I lay him back down onto the table.
Standing in the corner of the room, voice, "Spending time with the dead, are we, officer?" Dr. Staton holding his hand, bleeding.
Yeah. I guess so. How much of that did you see?
Enough.
You have to see the body move on its own?
He spoke to you too, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Moved. What did he do with you?
Said some words. Scared me enough I smashed through the door without thinking. He points at the shattered glass. Lifts his bleeding hand.
That's all you did? You didn't scare you? Didn't react maybe subtly during the surgery?
He narrows his eyes at you. "I don't know what you're talking about, officer, but I think we've both had enough of tonight. Perhaps we should return."
Return to where?
Home? Where we came from?
I think what you're going to have to do is call a janitor and find yourself back in the hospital section of this place to get your hand looked at, because I don't think you're doing any surgery with that hand. So I don't know a lot about medicine, but you should probably get that checked out before you, I don't know, get nerve damage. So how about you leave me to my job and you save yours?
You know, mutual delusions can be a side effect of gas leaks.
And
Perhaps we should both return then.
I was behind glass. I wasn't in that room with you and your assistants.
No, but we are both in here where we both claim to see a dead body talking, which I don't think is very likely now, is it, officer?
It's fine. I've got a bit of blood on my chest, a bit of an accident. I'm going to do my job, figure out what this cave in on the boy's head was, so that whatever happened at the in the jail gets looked at more thoroughly.
He walks by over his shoulder at you. He says, well, I can tell you it wasn't the floor like what the warden claims.
The warden's an asshole. The warden hates his job more than most of us.
As he walks by and towards the small staff elevator on the other side of the room.
I take off my bloody jacket, revealing a cleaner white button down, the holster with my Colt, putting it back in. I look around, find a closet. Opening it, or going for the handle.
Opens.
Inside, simple tools, gloves, apron, face mask. Begin to don.
All stocked.
Begin to don them. Stretching the glove with my hands. I keep shaking my head at my bloody jacket, steadying my breath. I move over to Jace's corpse and with a small table of tools, begin to take notes, measuring, powdering certain sections that are flat for potential prints, deducing what might have been the cause of the cave-in.
Well,
is this definitely not a floor?
Blunt instrument, multiple strikes. Obviously done by a person, that someone taller than the boy, given the angle of the strikes.
Note it all down on paper. Small spiral notebook. Begin to overstep my bounds with a small flat blade. I creak in, looking at the incisions made by the doctor moments before. Success.
Expert precision, clean cuts, except for one.
I move that part of the brain aside, inspecting it. It's almost jagged. Note it down. What did he do to you? I bring out my camera, reaching over into my jacket pocket. trying to flick it on to see if the camera turns on.
The light
Blood on my-
comes on.
Blood on my phone. I angle it not to get blood on the lens, and with one hand try to peer open to expose the jagged incisions. I take a picture of it. I settle the tools down and quickly begin to take off the gloves, finding some gauze, some alcohol, begin to wipe down my phone where I got some blood on. I look around, spotting another camera. Pantomiming.
Three more cameras in each corner of the room now staring at you.
Pantomiming again in confusion, issuing around. Where is everybody? I clean up, putting the body back as I found it, putting the plastic back over. Put my jacket over my left arm, and look out towards the door that the doctor claims he broke.
The shattered glass across the floor smashed into the next room. Lettering that was once on the door, now on the shards of glass on the floor. Mixed up.
I walk over to those shattered letters, looking at where they were on the door, looking back down. Reorganizing what they might have spelled.
The word mother.
I look at the door beyond, sighing. I turn back towards the one I came through.
The door is different now. Reinforced. Heavy duty.
My memory. Could have sworn that's. Anyway, I go over to the door, check for a handle, a bar.
She's open. As the door opens, a hand with a rag comes toward your face.
Quickly try to
Defense.
double back.
Defense. Failure.
Success.
The hand just misses the familiar bloody scrubs as it retreats back out into the garage. You hear footsteps running away.
You fucking kidding me? I take out my Colt. I walk out.
The garage, although still holding vehicles instead of ambulances, it's prison buses and a SWAT vehicle, other police cars.
Doctor! A voice echoing out.
A door down the way swings closed.
Go behind the police cars, taking a look at the license plates.
Gibberish.
I follow the sound of the closing door. A bit more of a hike in my step. I throw my jacket on top of one of the cruisers. I grimace, bouncing back, digging out my phone, sliding into my pants pocket, and begin to hurry back after the noise.
Sign above the door reads secondary morgue.
Befuddled, I go to open it.
Door swings open, revealing a hallway going down the clean, smooth hospital floor. But instead of normal doors, bars. Heavy bar cell doors leading to each of the rooms.
Doctor, I'm starting to believe you.
From down the hall, you hear, no, 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 no.
Come on. You're right. That exposure must have been a gas leak inside the glass in the observation room.
I killed you. Stay away from me. You should be dead.
I'm not recording you, for that is an admission of guilt. I know that you killed the boy. At least finished him off. But you're not the only one to blame. Accidents happen, right? I walk in, down the halls, the bars.
A light turns on in one of the rooms ahead. The shadow of a figure being cast across the hallway on his knees, hands up. I didn't mean it. Please. Forgive me, please.
Who are you?
Inside, Dr. Staton on his knees in front of the rotting corpse of an old woman, staring down at him from her rocking chair. Please, mommy. As he slams his hands down and looks at you. You stay out of this.
What happened to her?
This is none of your business. As he grabs a scalpel off the floor.
I put my gun at him. You can trust me. Put the weapon down. I can help you. I can help her.
His face shifts into that of Jace Venti. A frown on his face. So now you'll shoot me for nothing.
No. Because you didn't listen to what I said. I shake my head and begin to walk away towards the doctor where I last heard him.
Jace Venti rushes after you. A hand raises as his face goes back to that of Dr. Stanton. I'll kill you! As he brings his knife down towards you.
Hearing the stomping, too late. The rush.
As the scalpel digs deep into your shoulder blade, against your bone, as he slices down and rears up for a second attack.
And the adrenaline tried to close between he and I. My undoubtedly maimed arm quickly wrapping around him as I try to close in. Revolver to his chest. Or Colt to his chest.
He tries to push you off of him, grabbing at your gun.
I pull the trigger. Success.
Fail.
To the chest.
As the bullet rips through him, he falls back, scalpel dropping to the floor. Blood starts draining down his back through the exit wound, dripping down pooling up on the floor beneath. As the pool shifts into the word murderer. Dr. Stanton staring at it with wide eyes until his final breath.
I purse my lips, nodding, gazing at it with him. Yeah.
After the word murderer, blood forms you next.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see.
As Dr. Stanton's body suddenly jerks to life and grabs at your throat, screaming in rage, his fingers clamping down on your neck. Blood spittles out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Willpower.
Failure. Get the fuck off me!
He brings you down right into his face, screaming at you for dissonance. As as he tries to throw you down onto the floor.
I get pushed enough to kick back off the ground, to tackle forward, lunge. Success. Ooh, that's not a move. Failure.
Dr. Stanton's body limp. Nothing but a corpse.
Pain to my ripped tendon. I stretch my back slightly, only feeling the rush of all the blood. Doctor, why can I still stand?
No response.
I dig through my pocket. The digits on my wounded arm, hand, not functioning.
Sorry, go ahead.
I awkwardly take out my phone, having put away my gun in its holster.
Functioning normally now. The door you came through into the parking garage slams open. The other police officer with his gun trained on you. What's going on here? I heard gunshots. Is that you, Joshua?
Got a gunshot. Yeah. The doctor here seems to have lost his mind a little bit. Came out my back with a scalpel. You can look at it yourself.
He looks down at him. Holy shit. Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to contact you for a couple hours now.
Well, I really need to get to the bottom of this case. Figure out what's going on with this kid and the cave-in and all that.
Jesus.
But
Joshua, you come in and you have to kill a doctor? I'll get some staff to get him some help.
yeah. Let me if you wouldn't mind, I don't really want to focus too hard right now. How about you lead me? I got some texts to respond to. Can't really focus too well. Just take my hand and just
How about you? Look, and I get it. It's always hard. You take your time, report to the chief when you get a chance. Yeah, they want to know all the details.
That can wait. Just I can't think too good with my body like this. Take my hand and just leash me somewhere. Take me out of here. To my car, your car, something.
Oh damn, he sees the blood on your back. Yeah, come on, let's get you up to let's get you fixed up. He comes out and grabs your arm and pulls you, takes you towards the elevator up to the main hospital.
During the walk, the haze, the depressive haze, looking through my phone, I see 5 texts with one still typing from my mistress, one from my wife asking how late I'm going to be.
I think we'll call it there.
All right.
I ran out of points.
What?
Yeah, I've got like bad guy points, basically.
Oh, okay.
That I spend to create manifestations.
Oh, okay. So I lived. I wondered.
Yeah, you survived.
Oh, crap. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Shit.
There are 3 ways to survive. You can become virtuous
Mhm.
and leave, or I can run out of points and then
Mhm.
you're free to go, right?
Okay.
Because I don't have any power anymore.
Mhm.
Or you can sort of put the catalyst, which is like the spirit that's causing all of this. You can put the catalyst to rest,
Mhm.
right? So they've got like some unfinished business. So if you figure out what that is and put them to rest, they'll leave.
Cool.
But yeah, I ran out of points. So your character survived.
Woo! All right. I do like that. I like that I lived.
Yeah.
No, that was a lot of fun. I was keyed in. I was keyed into being dead at the end. I was like, I was gonna do I text my wife. You know, I have the mistress texts and I have the wife. I respond to my wife. You know, like that kind of thing. But all right, I don't got it.
No,
I'll send her a scary text and go home. Like, oh, okay.
You survived. Yeah.
Yep.
What did you think?
I thought that was really cool. I gotta look into it to see what the spending was, because it's like, is it like anything supernatural that you spent on, kind of thing?
Not anything. So basically, just anything that attacks you.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything else, I have free manifestations. So like when I transformed the parking garage, that's like a free manifestation. Then I changed the doors to be prison bars and stuff. Like that's free manifestation because it's not actively attacking you. Only when I actively attack you.
Yeah, I could see that now, because at the end, I think I even tried to reference it where I think I thought the doctor was further down the hall, but then he like instant transmissioned over into like that scene
I
with
think
his
we
mother.
just I think we were just mixed up on where things were.
But I mean, if it was a situation of like I heard him further, this weird ghost appears, this vision. I was in the impression in and out of character kind of thing, where it is like, this is just like a I'm just imagining, like I'm getting a memory of his. That's why I walked away. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go find the actual guy now. Goodbye. It's like, oh, my back. So, hey, the mix-up worked. You know, I think the distance was the what wasn't the part that we got mixed up on, but I think that added to it.
I liked having a non-player sinner, so there were basically 2 real people there, and I did spend points on assaulting him as well. So like not all of my points were spent on you.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, because he got scared by the kid.
He got scared by the kid, and then his mother was the final apparition. Because I get a number of points equal to the amount of sinners times 50. And so he is included as a sinner. So I got points for him being there. So I spent points on him.
Very cool. That makes sense. Now, I was gonna ask, like, what's the ratio? That's cool that it is. There is a ratio. It's not just you soloed an entire group's worth. Like, no. It's lighter on the single sinner.
Yeah, for sure.
Very, very cool. How many times have you ran this so far?
Have I what now?
How many times have you ran this so far?
This is the first time I've ran it with this.
With this version.
This version, yeah.
And how do you satisfied with it?
3 times? I think this is a lot better than the other times.
Very good.
The other times I had a lot of issues with, but this time it felt like a real session. The other ones were very messy. Yeah, I thought it was cool. I liked your character. I like how on top of it you were. You were like, oh no, I'm a fucking detective.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the Hellraiser character. It was a fusion of 2 Hellraiser protagonists that plus my memory of watching these movies like 15 years ago, kind of thing. And the idea was something to the effect of like the reason why the kid died is because he got the kid arrested and his life fell apart. Basically, the kid's life fell apart. The idea in my head canon was that he like he fudged on some paperwork that like mixed up the file of the kid and an actual like killer or something messed up like that. Like it was such a bad fuck up that didn't get caught that like he was rushing because he was going to go fuck his mistress kind of thing. He's like, I gotta get out of here. So that's kind of
I think this game could do with like a session 0 where we could establish stuff like that, because there's no way for me to, because theoretically the haunt would kind of know that about your character.
I was trying to allude to it very subtly, and I think that through those like the guilt, I think was the opportunity for that. I guess we just kind of got, we just jumped into it today. The parts I was trying to allude to were the texts and the constant like turning off silencing the phone, and when the kid was like, I forget what you said, but it was something to the effect of like, did he say you killed me?
I think
or he was like I'm guilty or something like that, and it was like my character was like, no, you don't get it, it's not that simple, you know what I mean? Like there's something that nobody knows that I fucked up on, that kind of thing. So I think like through pretty evocative expressions of guilt, I think you could catch that in a more unprepped game, especially if you have multiple players who can be like, what the fuck do you do? You know what I mean? Why how do you get us into this shit? Like, well,
when they see the dead body look at you and be like, you killed me, and they're like, what?
The other players can start grilling you. I think that's what they're there for. Change the blame. I liked it a lot. That was really cool. I like the idea of the scaling manifestations, and I'm glad that I didn't read it. I didn't, because I could see how you could meta and be like, about your survival long enough, and you could play like different difficulties, quote unquote. You could play without that option on, like
you could just turn it up and down as you want. But like the more points I spend, the more dangerous the manifestation is. So like the more dissonance it can do.
That's really cool. I like the idea of like a shorter session or two kind of game that has like scalable difficulty. That one game, Demon City, is like that, but there's no resource involved. It's just kind of like meta acknowledged by like tarot cards. Like the tarot cards kind of meta telling you what might be going on if you interpret them for the players. But introducing a resource, I think, is a really, really cool idea like that.
That came in this final version, which is why I say the last games were a mess, because the GM
just kept going.
Kind of.
That's cool.
And you're always wondering, like, when does this end? How do you win?
Especially if like the players can't track it, so you do kind of have that moment of, oh, I don't know if it's over, and then it's like, oh, I'm good.
I kind of wanted to make it kind of clear when the officer came in, and it was a normal interaction, kind of normal.
I was fully expecting you to lead me to like some like fucking clown horror scape, or like, oh no, like.
That'd be really fun to do this with someone who's played this game.
True. Before. Like, oh, we're done.
No. And then do it so that it's like, oh, it's over. The GM ran out of points, and it's like, no, you didn't.
There you go. I really, really liked it. And if we share this around, I'll fancy out the title a little bit more. This was one of the games in the 4D mixtape. This was introduce your game.
Twisted Floorboard.
Yes, by Pancake here, by more formally known as Super Stealthy Pancake.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot for playing. It was cool.
It was a great time. Thank you for running it.